Are you looking to get rid of acidity, heartburn? Well, heartburn occurs because the stomach acid is coming back into the food pipe, causing irritation. If it is occurring frequently, let us say 2 to 3 times in a week, we call it as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. You need to look at this video until the end. We will cover everything when it comes to acidity and heartburn. Occasionally, anybody can get burning sensation in the center, uncomfortable feeling after a heavy meal, after having been to a party, a buffet, or a wedding meal. However, for some people, this can happen repeatedly. So what happens? Why do some people get it? Well, heartburn occurs because the stomach acid is coming back into the food pipe, causing irritation, burning sensation. Our food pipe is sensitive to the stomach acid. So if there is repeated backflow of stomach acid, it starts to give you trouble. You can feel sometimes tightness in the chest. If it is occurring frequently, let us say 2 to 3 times in a week, we call it as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. In some people, this heartburn or acidity is associated with other symptoms like repetitive cough, especially at night, change in their voice, sometimes repeated sore throats. So this can all be part of the acidity. We will go through all the tricks in this video to fix and manage these symptoms successfully at the comfort of your house. Well, how common is this problem? Let me tell you, as a medical gastroenterologist in my practice, every third patient I see either has acidity or heartburn, either on its own or mixed with some other symptom. So it's very common. How can we try and fix this problem? Firstly, it's important to understand and figure it out for yourself. What are the foods that can be causing the problem, or what is that trigger factor? Let me give you a list of foods: fried foods, masala-rich foods, spicy foods, for example, biryani, various outside foods, citric fruits like lemon, orange, pineapple, kiwi, mosambi. If you're consuming again a lot of tomato-based foods, this can also aggravate. Excess of coffee, tea because of the caffeine content. Some people have trigger foods like onions and garlic. Carbonated drinks like soft drinks, colas. So you need to try and avoid the foods in this list, what I have given, whichever is triggering your heartburn or the burning sensation. Secondly, you need to fix your eating habit. Eat little, stay upright longer. So it means you're consuming smaller portions of food because overeating puts pressure on the valve in the food pipe. Thereby, you're getting this backflow of stomach acid, and the stomach contents keep coming into the food pipe, causing irritation and symptoms. So by eating smaller amounts of food more often, you can reduce the symptoms of heartburn, reduce the amount of calories that goes inside you. Try and avoid sleeping straight after meal. Some people, although they're not sleeping straight after, they're just going and lying down on the bed flat, watching television. So if you're lying flat straight after eating, there is a lot of pressure in the stomach. So this creates problem for the valve in the food pipe, and because of the pressure, the stomach contents can easily come into the food pipe. So this will trigger repeatedly acidity and heartburn. There are other people who try and finish their meal within few minutes. So they're eating too quickly. So what they're doing is they're swallowing more air, and more the air goes inside the stomach, it puts pressure in the stomach. So thereby it's making the valve of the food pipe open up, and it's easier for the stomach acid to come up. So you need to concentrate on chewing your food properly, giving more time when you're eating so that you're not swallowing unnecessarily air inside. Avoid wearing tight clothing, tight belt, or these abdominal binders, because they can worsen the symptoms of acidity for anyone. So wearing clothes that are too tight puts pressure on your abdomen, and therefore it also puts pressure on the stomach. So if you're at home, try and wear something comfortable, some kind of pajamas which are loose and baggy, that doesn't put much pressure on the abdomen. Lifestyle changes very important, because If you don't change your lifestyle, no matter whatever you do, it's going to be difficult to control heartburn and acidity. Smoking especially causes damage to the muscles of this valve, the lower esophageal sphincter, what we call. So the valve gets weakened, and this can cause repeated acid reflux and heartburn. Alcohol, if you're consuming regularly or in large quantities, can damage the lining of the food pipe, causes irritation, gastritis, worsens the symptoms of acidity and reflux. Also, people who are consuming alcohol regularly, they might not be making the right food choices. So they might be eating more fried foods, not having much control on their eating habits and eating schedule. So this can certainly worsen the heartburn and reflux. So there are other things that you can do. One, adjusting your sleeping position. So which side one should sleep? If you are suffering from acidity or reflux, sleeping on the left side will be better in terms of helping your digestion. So this also helps reducing this reflux of stomach contents coming into the food pipe. Keeping the head end elevated. So keeping some kind of an additional pillow or like a wedge pillow, something under the head to elevate, or something under the bed to keep the bed, especially the head end, elevated. So this gravity effect can also help in acid not coming back repeatedly. If you are overweight, you should take steps to lose weight, because if you don't lose weight, it's not going to be easy to get control of the heartburn or reflux no matter what medicines you take. Emotional aspects. If you are constantly stressed, anxiety attacks, poor sleep pattern, this can also worsen the acidity, heartburn, reflux. You need to work on how to fix these issues, either with some sort of relaxation exercises, meditation, yoga, or whatever physical activities, whatever that helps you de-stress your mind. Now, let us look at the food and drinks that can help fix your acidity problems. Firstly, water. Adequate hydration, we all know it is essential for everyone, whether you have acidity problem or not. Drinking water can help dilute the stomach acid and flush out the food pipe. So having one glass of water is all sometimes you need to get instant relief from the heartburn or the acidity. Aloe vera juice. Aloe vera is known for its soothing properties. In some people, this can have significant reduction in the symptoms of acidity or heartburn. Others find skimmed or low-fat milk very helpful because it provides an instant relief by coating the food pipe and the stomach. You have to be, however, careful with milk, because if you take full-fat milk, it can sometimes worsen the symptoms of the burning sensation or acidity. Coconut water is a fantastic natural drink. It is very refreshing, hydrating, but it can also help neutralize the stomach acid. Thereby, you can get good relief of your acidity. Same thing with buttermilk. Buttermilk is essentially a diluted version of curd or yogurt. This can provide instant relief from the heartburn because it gives that coating effect on the food pipe and the stomach. In terms of foods, what are the best ones? Bananas. Bananas, either eating on its own or making it in the form of a smoothie, can help. There is this natural anti-acid property of bananas which can help neutralize the stomach acid, and therefore it can give you relief from the heartburn. Bananas are available throughout the year, they're not seasonal. Ginger, which is very commonly used in various Indian dishes. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties. It has got this enzyme called zingiberine which helps and promotes better digestion. So thereby this can help reduce that heartburn and acidity symptoms. So taking in smaller quantities can give you instant relief if you either want to chew on raw ginger, or you can put it in just a glass of lukewarm water and take it. Green vegetables. Vegetables like spinach, broccoli, which are low in acid, and they also provide essential nutrients to support our gut health. Better to incorporate these kind of green vegetables regularly in our diet, either in the form of salads, you can make it into smoothies, or even you can make this in the form of vegetable juice if you want to get quicker relief from that burning sensation. Melons like watermelon, muskmelon, They are hydrating, and also they are low in terms of acidity. So you can get that quick cooling effect on your stomach. So you get a quick relief from the burning sensation. With regards to the temperature of the drink what you take, it should not be too hot or too cold, because that itself can trigger heartburn. So the ideal temperature of any drink, whether water, it would be more of a room temperature. Also avoid drinking large amount of liquid either during your meal or immediately after your meal, because this can increase the pressure in the stomach and can cause that kind of a backflow of a liquid from the stomach into the food pipe, causing heartburn. If you follow all these tricks and what I mentioned, you will find it very useful to manage symptoms of heartburn at the comfort of your home without having to see the doctor. If you are, however, suffering from repetitive heartburn, acidity, despite making lifestyle changes and following all this advice, you should seek advice from a medical gastroenterologist.